Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and dreamers of all ages, welcome to the Disney Countdown Show.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
Hello, and welcome back to the Disney Countdown Show. My name is Megan, also known as the Magical Millennial, and joining me this morning, today, is my lovely co-host, the Dapper Danielle. How are you doing, Danielle?
Megan, did you see? So I was doing my little little hand flips to the opening segment right there. Did you see that? And I just grabbed my wrist. My wrist just popped. Oh my goodness.
Fun. You should have held it up to the microphone.
I was like, this is your morning. ASMR. Danielle's rickety self waking up and sleeping in too long ASMR. And then all the little cricks and cracks right there. Sorry, y'all. Oh my goodness. Yes, it's been a rough morning over here, Megan. We are late recording this because Danielle, I slept in. I mean, y'all, again, I am the one that's getting up the latest here. It's 9. Now it's 10 o'clock, but it was 9:30 when we were supposed to start, and it's like 6:30 over in California. And Danielle's like, no, it's too early. So I hardcore press snooze two times through my alarms. Thank goodness for a backup alarm that actually went off 5 minutes before 9:30, and I just happened to look over, and when you're in the state of so grogginess that you're like, why do I have alarms today? What day is it? And I don't know. I was full on about to be like, I don't have school today. I haven't been to school in years. And I full on was about to press snooze again. And then I jolted up and I'm like, the podcast.
The sudden realization.
Oh, yes. And then I'm running around like a chicken trying to throw myself together so we can record this. But I'm happy to be here. Still waking up. If I'm slurring my speech, that's because I still don't have most of my normal body functions yet. And we'll make it work. It's going to be good.
It's going to be great. Well, I'm happy you're here, and I don't mean to brag about this at all, but I did get up at 4:30 this morning. I went to get a workout in, and I got back, and I made my protein shake with coffee, by the way. I decided to put in some coffee concentrate from Javi, not sponsored, but they have been working wonders for me. And I also joined the virtual queue for Haunted Mansion Holiday, which just opened yesterday. Hooray! So Megan the Magical Millennial has had a very productive morning.
I don't know why. We got off. We did a great virtual hang yesterday.
We did.
We recorded a bonus episode. We did a lot yesterday evening.
Very productive.
I was like, yeah, so productive. Let's go. And then I see. At nighttime, I can function very well. In the morning, I'm like, why are we here?
I get it.
You get more organic content like what we're making right now.
You get the realness of the Dapper Danielle and the Magical Millennial. That's absolutely correct. Yes, that's very true.
But okay, so you got the virtual queue, and I don't know, Megan, if you saw this, but so at the time that we're recording this is July 30th. A lot's happening. This is going to be D23 week when this episode releases.
Yes, happy D23 week.
Woo! And the Haunted Mansion Holiday just reopened in Disneyland.
Correct.
And I was seeing videos from the first night that there was nobody in that queue in the last few hours of the park being open, and they're like, they got through that entire virtual queue. So what's going on, you think?
Okay, yes. So the virtual queue for Haunted Mansion Holiday, that was crazy. So the story is, at least for me finding out about it, basically, I completely thought that it would be difficult to get the virtual queue for Haunted Mansion. First of all, I thought that they weren't letting a lot of people in because the queue that they are building, the reason for the construction over Haunted Mansion is because they're extending the queue, right? They're building this beautiful line for the ride. And so I thought they weren't going to let a lot of people in, but apparently, I mean, that it is a fast loading ride. So the amount of people they can take in is actually quite a bit. And so A girl at my gym yesterday was like, okay, so Haunted Mansion's open. I'm like, yeah, but you gotta join the virtual queue. And she's like, how do you do that? And I was like, let's pull up your app. Let's do it. And it was 8:00. So obviously an hour past virtual queue opening. And I was like, wait a minute. Does that say join? Can you still join it? And so she joined right away, and it was only going to take her 3 hours to get on the ride. So I was like, dang, okay, it must be just that, they could just take a lot of people. And also the fact that we talked about this yesterday, that only two magic keys can go to the parks right now, right? So the Inspire and the Believe. So Enchant and Imagine are still blocked out. And Danielle, you were mentioning that a lot of people are dead set on not celebrating Halloween and not doing anything Halloween until late August, whenever Halloween time starts. This is very early for us. We have never had any Halloween thing in July, like a ride, attraction, nothing. We've had some merch drop occasionally, but this is early for us. So yeah, it's just that, and yeah, probably not, especially like out of town visitors, they probably don't even know that you have to join the virtual queue to go on the ride. So there's that. But yeah,
we're still dealing with that, just with how many virtual queue attractions we have here in Disney World. And I'm still shocked by the people that are like, oh, I didn't know you had to download the My Disney Experience app. If you have been listening to the podcast, y'all, this far in, and you've made it to this episode and you still have not downloaded the My Disney Experience app or the Disneyland app, you
please do so.
Exit the Spotify or Apple or wherever you are and go download it and then come back.
It's a must for your trip. Yes, it is a must. And I know that I guess it's not really posted anywhere to do that except for on like social media and people telling you to do it, so.
And I think it's because like if you go onto the Disney websites, right, it says, hey, to help navigate through your day, download the My Disney Experience app. And of course, there's all those people, the first timers are just like, I don't need no app. I can do this myself, not realizing that to actually like function in the park, you kind of do need it now.
You do need it. You 100% need it, which is so funny that we bring that up because not like it's a fairly recent thing. Like I was just thinking like 10, maybe a little over 10 years ago, you did not need any sort of app to navigate your way through the parks. Like the app that I downloaded was like this third-party app that would show you the Disneyland wait times, and it was highly inaccurate. But that was the only thing that I looked at throughout the day. There was no Disneyland app. I want to say this was like, it was the 2010s era. So it wasn't that long ago that you could still navigate your way through the parks just fine without any apps. So, but
I was the app. I was the leader of the family.
Exactly.
There was like, we knew where we were going. We had a mission plan and we knew based off of previous trips, okay, this one's probably at the lowest wait time. We're going to head over here.
Right.
I love that. But what was the other thing here recently? I think I might have talked about this a couple episodes ago. There is a lot of this random ratatouille. With Lightning Lane and all these things coming back, y'all, there are a lot of third-party apps out there right now that are offering of, hey, you tell us, you pay us an additional fee, and we will book everything for you so you don't have to spend as much time on your phone. I know some creators out there have been very successful with that. However, I will pre-warn you from my friends that work in multiple lines of guest relations throughout all the levels of the parks. By using these apps, it actually is running 2 IPs off of your account because you have somebody in some other state, some other location that's actually trying to make your lightning lanes for you while you are actively in the park. And it flags Disney's security systems, and your account gets a nice little red flag next to it because that means you're sketchy. So don't use these other accounts. And I know it's like, oh, but then I'm supposed to not be on my app as much. No. Just you control your app, figure it out yourself. Don't pay somebody else to be able to do it. You're paying out more money to be able to do that anyway. So yeah, just a little side note from our friends. Again, I do not speak for the brand or for the company, but from our friends over at Guest Relations, don't do that.
That's a good point. I didn't even think about that. If you pay someone to do it, yeah, that makes sense. And that would flag Disney security. Good point.
Or it's like you don't have one specific person that's just on your account. So that means there's multiple IPs working on your account from multiple locations, and the security system will actually, if it's too much, will actually hold your account and your lightning lane, and they have to call. Guest relations is going to have to get the little note saying you got to call your backup system, which is a whole Avengers team. We'll get into that in a little bit. And they have to help you and can actually see your entire portfolio. It's amazing. It's amazing the technology that they can do. But yeah.
That is crazy. Oh, okay. All right. Well, helpful tips that you did not know from the Dapper Danielle. There you go.
Random Disney info that you probably don't care about, but I'm going to tell you anyway.
Hey, this is stuff that you can't find anywhere, so this is great. Thank you.
It's true. And we haven't even gotten into telling people who we are yet. Like, usually
I know. Hi.
Oh my goodness.
And also what we're doing this week. Okay. So let's do that first.
I hinted at like Avengers, and then I'm like, we're going to talk about that a little bit. And we're like, no, we haven't even talked about it yet.
I know. Danielle
Megan,
did
get us
hint
back
at
on
it.
track, please.
No worries. I got you. Okay, so this countdown for the week is going to be, actually the next 2 weeks, y'all, our top 10 MCU movies. So yes, Marvel movies, specifically in the MCU, because Marvel obviously encompasses a lot of films, but we are sticking to the MCU and counting down our top 10. So that'll be our 6 through 10 this week and 5 through 1 next week. But very excited about that. And also very, on topic. It's very on theme for this time because, of course, Deadpool and Wolverine just came out and is breaking records at the box office. So
yeah, it is.
Who knows? Maybe that'll end up in one of our countdowns. You never know. But yes, also, hi, I'm Megan, the Magical Millennial, and this is Dapper Danielle. We are, of course, the host of a Disney Countdown show, and we have some socials, of course. If you want to give us a follow, we post some fun content. We are at Disney Countdown Show on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads, Pod Disney on Twitter/the X. We also do post our full episodes on YouTube, and that's youtube.com/countdown network if you want to see our lovely faces while we're recording this. And then I am at the Magical Millennial _ on all of the things, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, and of course she is the Dapper Danielle as well on all the things. So that's us. Sorry, we've been talking now for 20 minutes and we didn't get to that. So hi, there's us. And Danielle, if you want to tell them how they can go and say what they think about our show.
Yes. And we actually do have a couple of reviews and fan messages to get through. So
yes.
There's two different ways that you can actually like write a review and talk to us, because over on Spotify is where you can leave us the little stars, but you can't write a review about our show. So the best way to be able to talk to us is you write the little stars, and then you can send us a note either on the Disney Countdown Show Instagram, or you can send us a email over at Disney Countdown Show, or not it's Disney Countdown Show at gmail.com. You can send us your review that way, and that's where some of our fan messages come from. Or you can also leave us a regular review over on Apple if that's where you're listening to. And so like this first one that we have is from Apple, and I love this name, Megan.
Me too.
The name is Your Mother's Friend Karen.
Karen. I love it.
I'm like, I love the vibe. So and she loves it also, because her caption is love it, 5 stars. And she says, I just found this podcast 2 weeks ago, and ever since I've been listening 24/7 at work while I type all day. I've seen you both of you on TikTok, and I've followed you. I'm getting ready for my Disney trip in a few weeks, and it has gotten me even more excited. I'm a huge history nerd, and I love the history behind the attractions. Thank you for making my work days more fun. Thank you, Karen.
Thanks, Karen. Hope work is going well. Thanks for listening while you're typing away. Appreciate it. Nice.
Yeah.
I love that. Your Mother's Friend Karen is great. That's one of the best names I've seen in a while.
we do we love knowing your actual names also.
We do.
But when you guys come up with like funny little usernames too, we get a good giggle out of that, unless I mispronounce it wrong, which I do most of the time. So yeah.
Oh, amazing. And then we also do have a fan message here. This is from Chris. We get Instagram. It says, absolutely love the podcast. I've been listening now for about a year and a half, or whenever y'all have started doing it. Your friendship is so sweet, and I just love your conversations every single countdown. Danielle, your ratatouille about your washer in the first 5 minutes was absolutely hilarious. Now that Halloween season is coming up, can y'all do a countdown on your absolute must-dos at Mickey's Not So Scary or Oogie Boogie? Keep up the great work and keep people smiling. Yes, I love that idea. And Danielle, how is Kevin doing over there in your apartment?
Okay, y'all, I was updating the Patreon family last night in our virtual hangout, and so they got to know the history about the Kevins. But I will let y'all know, Kevin's on the move, and it's freaking me out because so what happened is that he moved from he lives in the washing machine. If y'all did not listen to this previous episode, when did I talk about this? Like 3 episodes ago now?
I think so. Yeah, 2 or 3.
You need to go back and listen to that one first. But I have a ghost that lives in my washing machine, and he'll randomly make the machine like start binging. And I have a full on conversation with him. It's like one of those things of like, okay, 2 bings for yes, 1 bing for no. And I started yelling at him, and I finally threatened him, and because he was going off, he was going, and so I like did a hard kick on the side of the washing machine like a cartoon character. And I said, okay, Kevin, you best stop. We are not going to be acting like a child anymore. And then he went silent. The next day, my air conditioning broke. And so it broke. They came out, they got it fixed. It started working in 24 hours. It broke again. And oh my gosh, it got hot in my apartment. It got up to like 88 degrees in my apartment. And they had to come back out, fixed again. And then it went down for a second, and then it got working again. I mean, oh my gosh. So then I was like, okay, maybe he can't be Kevin again. He can't be moving from one machine to the other.
I don't know.
Do I have a utilities ghosties that just move from item to item? And
I
then
think you might.
I might. So then the AC gets fixed. But then my washing machine for my dishwasher. I close it up, I start it, and it starts making this awful noise of, and I was like, I think Kevin's now moved to the dishwasher. And so I have a video of me turning it off. I come out of my room because I can hear it all the way in my room. I turned it on, try to have it go, and I come out and it's loud. And I'm like, I can't stand this anymore. I open it up, turn it off, and I'm like, we're just going to hand wash these. And then the washing machine starts beginning again. And I think he got angry at me. And so right now I'm trying to have an open communication with Kevin to be like, you need to communicate with me what you want. What type of attention do you want? Stop breaking my water-based appliances. And we'll just live in harmony together. Do you want me to just leave some music on for you? Do I need to leave a TV on or for you or something? And we're kind of thinking that the ghosty might have liked having the TV on previously from the other tenant. And I don't have a TV in my home, y'all. I watch everything right here off of my desktop. So maybe it's angry that it doesn't have anything to watch during the day or listen to. So we're going to be testing out a couple things. So that's your Kevin update in the middle of the podcast that you probably don't care about, but I'm going to tell you anyway.
I mean, I do think, Danielle, that it's way too coincidental and it's just strange to think that you don't have a water-based appliance like Ghost in your home who is trying to communicate with you via the water-based appliances.
Well, even Brianna in our Patreon live chat that's here hanging out watching this episode be recorded live, she said water-based. Maybe you need to put on the Little Mermaid for him.
I'm thinking Little Mermaid, Finding Nemo, Moana, all the water, movies, Elemental with Wade. I'm sure that Kevin would love Wade because
right,
yeah, I think he would. But I honestly, if the whole leaving the TV on makes things fine, you might have a ghost. That's crazy.
I don't know. We'll see. we'll see what happens. I'll have to keep y'all posted on that. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go back to the, okay, 2 beings for yes, 1 being for no, and ask him just point blank, okay, what do you want? Do you want to listen to something? Do you not? Are you a male or sports? A female? Or do you not identify as such, which is totally fine also.
It's fine too.
We don't know how it works in the ghosty world. So yeah, these are conversations I need to start having with my appliances, which is a very odd thing to say.
I think he just wants to talk. So, and you you guys have been arguing for a while, which I guess it's the only way that he can communicate. So some agreement needs to be achieved here.
I'm happy to sign a roommate agreement, just not with blood. That's all I'm saying, is that I'm happy to sign a roommate agreement, and we're happy to make it work out. We want to live great in this world before my family comes back into town, and then my dad and my mom start messing stuff up and moving stuff around. That's really what it is. I need to get this whole thing figured out.
That's true. That's true. Oh man. Well, good luck. Wishing you all the best. Sending you good vibes for Kevin.
You know what? We have issues with Kevin, but you know who we don't have issues with, again, is our new Patreon followers. That are part of our Patreon family. And we do have, of course, like I just mentioned it here a second ago, we do have our Patreon live stream chat that's happening right now. They're listening to us as we're recording this episode live. So that's something great about being a Patreon fam. Hello. We also do our virtual hangouts. We have multiple levels of our Patreon, so you can be involved in whatever level you want to, but you also get those bonus episodes like what we recorded yesterday. But we have 2 new members to the family. It's going to be Lacey and KS.
Hi, Lacey and KS.
Like the band Kiss or something, but no, it's just KS. But we're happy that you're here. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you for being a part of the fam. We have a lot of fun over on the Patreon, and of course the Discord as well. We do have a channel that is kind of open for everyone over there, which is really fun. And yes, being a Patreon or a paid subscriber does get you access to the bonus episodes that we do. So usually that's our 11 through 15. And sometimes it's even episodes within the parks themselves when the Dapper Danielle and I are on the same coast and we're just walking around and chatting about rides and stuff.
We will be together twice here in the upcoming month. So I think we might at least have 1 or 2 bonus episodes where we're going to be together. Either maybe we'll do one at the con. I think we're still deciding.
That would be fun.
That would be fun. Just me walking around. It would be the squirrel episode because I'm going to be walking around with you, Megan. If I'm mic'd up, I'm going to be like, squirrel, look at that thing.
Yeah, we're going to one topic to the next. Yeah, full Disney ADHD, 100%. Absolutely. And that's totally fine. People
would have to be like caffeined up to make sure they're following along in that episode. It's not one of that you're going to be able to like just listen in half awake. But Megan, so they're still doing the Patreon discount going on, I believe.
Yes, there is that special offer where you do get 10% off your membership if you pay for the entire year up front.
And
that is the deal.
We're over 300 members in our Patreon family now.
No way! Over 300, you guys! That's so exciting. Thank you.
I even noticed, I was like, there's a lot of people in our virtual hangout last night. More like, we usually get a lot of people, but a lot of people that were able to hang out for a long period of time. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. But looking at the number of we're up to 300 people. That's
amazing.
I need more caffeine to be able to process that. Hold on.
And we do have some of our international friends as well. Chica, who was in our live podcast recording right now, is coming to us from Japan. We had Catherine join us last night in our virtual hang from the UK, and she visits Disneyland Paris a lot and makes content over there. So it's all just so amazing, and we're so blessed and honored to bring the magic of Disney and everything else to you right from just from the podcast. And yeah, just thank you all for being here. We really appreciate it. It's been so much fun, and we're gonna keep it going through season 4 and beyond. So thanks for being here, y'all. Yeah. And also we do have
No, go ahead, Megan.
I was just going to say, we have fun giveaways that we do. And the one this month is actually really fun. It is, of course, Marvel themed. Our producer, Danny, showed us just yesterday what it was going to be. And it is a Deadpool and Wolverine vinyl with all of the songs from the movie on there. And y'all, your millennial hearts will be so happy to see that track list, because I mean, you got NSYNC, you got Avril Lavigne, you got Madonna. It's fantastic. So that is going to be a fun little giveaway for this month.
That was for our July followers. So unfortunately that one will already have been picked, but the one for August, we'll do another giveaway in August also. And I think we're working on we'll try to see if there's something that really speaks to us while we're at D23. Want to get something like exclusive for that month. So we'll let you guys know for that one once we find it.
Yeah. What it's gonna be. It will be found. Yes. Lots of fun merch coming from the expo itself. So keep an eye out for that.
I've already been given shopping list, and I'm like,
right?
It is from my family, and they don't usually ask for stuff either.
Oh,
and wow. I'm like, oh, okay, you guys actually want stuff from this? And my brother, he and his friend have gotten into the Lorcana cards.
Oh yeah, Lorcana. Mm-hmm.
And
it's a big thing.
And he's like, do you know anything about that? And I was just like, I mean, I follow some artists that created the cards themselves, like the art on it. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, do you want me to keep an eye out for items? And he's like, yeah, that would be awesome. And I'm like, oh, I'll do it for you, brother. Like you don't usually ask for stuff like this. So, nice. I'm starting to accumulate a shopping list of a couple items to be on the lookout for. Very exciting. Very exciting. Is there anything for you, Megan, because we saw some of the merchandise that's going to be at D23. Mm-hmm. Is there anything that you're on the hunt for, or something? And like, is there anything on your shopping list, or is it going to be, if it speaks to me, I shall buy it?
That is, you're absolutely, that's far more my style. It has to speak to me when I see it, and then I make the decision. Yes, online is a little tough for me, especially with the new exclusive merch. So yes, I will probably wait until I see it, whatever it may be, joining a virtual queue or something to get in the line for shopping. But yes, I kind of do have to see it in person to make that decision. So that is my plan. And it has been my plan, actually, the past 2 D23 expos I've been to.
So there is one item. Sorry, I'm getting hiccup. I'm drinking my stuff too fast, my caffeine too fast, and I'm getting a little gassy, so I'm so sorry. But I don't know if you saw pictures of it. It is a miniature statue of Roy and Minnie Mouse.
Oh wow. Wait.
Right. It's the I'm making sure I'm getting the right name. It's Sharing the Magic is the name of the statue. And it's a big deal to us here in Disney World because Roy and Minnie Mouse sitting on the park bench together is right next to our flag. And then you go further down and Walt and Mickey are there together. And Roy gets no love in anything. But here in Disney World, he's the man. He's the one that opened up our park. He's the one that continued seeing Disney World to what it was. And originally it wasn't supposed to, like, when they were toying around with the names, Roy was the one that said, no, this place is going to be called Walt Disney World in honor of his brother who passed. And so many decisions and the whole company being saved basically was because of Roy. And I'm like, this is the statue I want. I know this is going to overload my luggage. It's going to be over 50 pounds because of this item, but I want it so bad. So that will probably be the one item I splurge on.
I am taking a look at it now. It is really, really amazing and special, and I totally understand. I feel like that is a really good one. Yeah, I mean, you do have the partner statue, which is another miniature that is going to be available, but the Roy and Minnie sitting on the bench is also, that gives me chills. That's fantastic.
There's some other really good merchandise that's coming out for the studio specifically of like, I think there's an exclusive Spirit jersey. There's like a varsity jacket and some of those items.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. Cause those are like studio exclusives. I might have to splurge on those.
Yeah. I think I'd take that back, Danielle. I'm going to have to get that varsity jacket. That's
as you're wearing your box lunch varsity jacket right now.
I know. Well, it's got Sorcerer Mickey, who's my favorite, and then the number 23 on the sleeve, and that's my lucky number. So I'm gonna have to get that. Yeah. I stand corrected, y'all. There is one thing that I am certain I will be buying before D23.
It's that audio again from TikTok. Oh, there's Mummy's mortgage.
There's Mummy's mortgage.
There's the trip to Bermuda.
In it goes.
In it goes.
It's me right now. Yep.
Yes.
Okay, that's pretty dang cute. Oh, and they got a pin store. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. All right. This is exciting. Well, Danielle, speaking of, D23 coming up and all the stuff that's been going on in the parks, as we know, Deadpool and Wolverine have arrived at Avengers Campus in California Adventure, and they've also arrived in Paris. But I had a very fortunate day seeing them multiple times on the first day. That was Friday, 2 Fridays ago. And it was a good time. We saw a few of the story time with Deadpool, saw a little bit of the dance party because Deadpool crashed the dance party in front of Guardians. However, this is the one thing I was bummed that I missed. We actually ran into Josh D'Amaro and the president or the VP of entertainment at Disney Parks and chatted with them for a little bit.
I saw that picture. And,
yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if you know this, but my mother messaged Eric.
Oh, really?
She did. Y'all, I am so sorry. If you're listening to this and you're any of my online friends or social media friends or any of my friends. So my mother follows everybody and Megan, Eric, Cole, Blake, everybody. And she will message these people, personal IM message these people to be like, I love this. And she's not
so
being
cute.
rude or anything. She's genuinely being curious or
she's
she's
so
trying
cute.
to call me out through you.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That has
half
happened.
the time.
I love
and so you posted that picture and she messaged Eric and said, did you call him out like you did on the boardwalk and act like you knew him personally so he walked over again? Because that's what happened when we ran into him here in Walt Disney World.
Yeah. Yeah, where he just Eric took one glance to the side and was like, "Oh, hey, Josh," and Josh D'Amaro's
hey, man,
walking by.
How you doing?
What's up? No, but Eric did mention that he was because Josh meets a million people a day, right? And so no, he did not remember, so it was totally fine. But he did chat with us again at length, which was really, really sweet, as well as the I believe it was Matt, who runs entertainment over at Disney Parks, and they were giving us little tips as to where Deadpool was going to be next. And so they're like, yes, a 6:15 dance party. Why don't you go and head that way? And then he mentioned that Deadpool was going to be riding an animal through Avengers Campus after that. For some reason, it didn't click that would be immediately after the dance party for me. I heard things coming from Avengers Campus right behind us because we were sitting there waiting for the Pixar parade, Better Together. And I was like, oh, shoot, what's happening over there? And I was 2 minutes too late to watch him ride his little unicorn, which I'm sure a lot of you have seen on social media. But he was riding his little unicorn with Wolverine walking behind him to Bye 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 from Insane playing. And I missed it. So that was a bummer. But I'm sure that will happen again, and I'll go and see it. But it's really fun what they are doing with his character through the parks. Obviously, guys, it's very PG. I know that Deadpool is, yes, he's an R-rated character, but they keep him very PG and very, a little more chill. He's cracking jokes left and right, which are...
And there's some that he's pushing the boundary on.
He really is.
But there's some that I'm like, okay, you gotta admit, that's pretty funny. That one was pretty good.
it's like little digs at like Disney and the Avengers and Marvel. It's very cleverly done.
Well, because that's what he calls out Disney a lot in the new movie too.
He does, and he breaks the fourth wall, a lot too. Where it's just like he is he'll like say the joke, look at the audience and do his little thing. But it's so fun. It's fun to have him there, and his all his wittiness, and Wolverine too, of course, in the full costume is pretty fun to see. So
we know, and this will actually tie into, let's go ahead and break into our Disney news before I get into this next part.
Let's do
We
it.
interrupt our program to bring you this
Disney news. So unless you've been living under a rock, and if you are a big fan of Marvel, I know everybody has opinions on this, but Robert Downey Jr. is returning to the Marvel Cinematic Universe as Doctor Doom in Avengers Doomsday.
Mm-hmm.
And when this was announced, Deadpool in Disneyland said, what was it? He called out Mr. Stark as, "Oh, you're all doomed." Like, doomed. And he was like making a pun to what was just announced.
I know.
And some people that were aware just were going at it, and they loved it so much. So that was how I was tying in that one.
I just love that he can tie in, like, you know, current like events that are happening in the real world. I think that's so funny.
Right.
But yeah, he was saying how like Iron Man said, "I don't want to be Iron Man anymore." Like exactly. The Avengers are doomed or something. So yeah, Robert Downey Jr. is going to be Doctor Doom in Fantastic Four, or I guess, sorry, in the new phase of Marvel and the Avengers. So yeah, that's something that's happening. Now, I guess
this is happening as part of the multiverse thing, because this character is not the same as Iron Man.
Yes and no. From what I understand, the people are like saying that this was a comic where Doctor Doom either became Iron Man or vice versa. Like, this was an actual thing that happened in the comics.
Y'all, the Marvel universe and the comics it is very weird, and I even have a hard time keeping up with it. And now that we've introduced the TVA and the Lokis and the time warpy thingies, it's a little much. It's making my brain hurt.
But it opens doors to do virtually whatever you want with the storylines and the characters. So, you know, I am so interested to see how they do this, how they bring RDJ into the Doctor Doom role and his story, and also the Russo brothers are back as well to direct the Avengers in the new films. So very exciting. Obviously, the Russo brothers are beloved in the MCU, and I'm
gonna admit something. I thought the Russo brothers were I forgot they were part of the Marvel universe. I honestly thought they were WWE wrestlers.
It kind of sounds like it, right?
Because I think there is somebody named Russo in WWE. I don't watch it unless I'm with my brother.
Yeah,
and he loves WWE, and I think there was somebody.
It's got a big fan base.
It doesn't got a big fan base.
Yeah.
You think Disney and Marvel got a big fan base? No. Talk about WWE. They're a different kind of breed.
You know, I'm all for it. If you like it, and go for it. It is not my style, but
it's very amusing. It is very amusing.
Very entertaining, for sure. Yes.
Goodness.
But yes, you have some news over there as well, Danielle, on your coast. What's going on in Animal Kingdom?
We got baby zebras.
Baby zebra foals.
And we got 4 of them.
4 babies.
Yes. I'm double checking. I believe it's 4.
Yeah, I think it's 4. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And they are all adorable and fantastic. And I love them so much. I think hopefully they will be, I say out on display, but hopefully they will be part of the, safari at some point. I think 2 of them might be over at Animal Kingdom, the park, and then 2 of them might actually be over at the lodge.
The lodge, yeah, that makes sense.
So they're keeping. They won't be all at one time. I do believe they are in 2 separate sections. I will have to confirm that with my Animal Kingdom crew, but I'm excited that we have so many zebras now.
Little babies. You just got a baby elephant. Now you're getting the baby zebras. Oh my gosh. So many babies.
So many babies.
And I can't wait to hopefully maybe see them when I come over there, because I'm going to Disney World, guys, in less than a month. Very exciting. Actually, in just a few weeks here.
My wash machine is going off again. Kevin! I don't need you binging right now.
Kevin's also really excited for the zebra foals.
I know you're excited about the zebras.
We all are.
Actually, it is getting very excited about the zebras. Do you like 4 zebras? 1 zebra?
2 zebras.
Okay, I got excited about zebras, and now he stopped for a second, so we'll see.
I think he just wanted to vocalize his excitement.
He wanted to vocalize his excitement about the zebras.
All right. Well, thank you, Kevin. Thank you for your input. Really appreciate it.
He's putting in his input. I'll let you know. Oh gosh, I can't believe my microphone is not picking it up, but he is going off over there. I'll have to have a conversation with him later.
It's too funny. Oh man. Oh, Kevin. Okay, well that's super exciting. And then of course, since we've been talking about Deadpool, yes, Deadpool and Wolverine they broke the box office record with the largest R-rated global opening ever. So for the adults, congratulations. You broke the record at the movie theaters.
So this is kind of impressive that we have 2 studios that have just like blown it out of the water. Marvel is setting
and
records. Pixar set records. Pixar is now the #1 grossing animated film of all time globally.
Yeah. Yep. Congratulations to Pixar.
Crazy.
I mean, they did such a good job with it, and it's well deserved. It's one of the best Pixar sequels ever, and that in itself it's a huge accomplishment. And congratulations to Pixar. I know they've been eyeing that spot or that accomplishment, and it's just well deserved. I watched it again for the second time, and I was like, yeah, it's just as good the second time. Deadpool and Wolverine I will be watching again with my fiance because I didn't watch with him the first time, so sorry. But I'll definitely be going to see that again. And it's just they're trying really hard to make these high quality films and just make the fans happy too. So I don't know. I think it's well deserved. There's been a lot of hype around it as well, especially for Deadpool. The hype was real with that trailer drop around Super Bowl weekend was big time.
The marketing
big
team
time
popped off. And
Absolutely.
They did a great job.
They really did. I mean, you couldn't look anywhere without seeing Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. Let's be real. They've been doing everything, every interview, every, kind of like not the cliche, but the mainstream stuff,
I was telling my mother about this, and she was like, I have seen them on all the night shows, on everything. And I'm like, honestly, I think it's because Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman are so good in person. They know how to talk to a live audience, where so many actors are only good behind a camera and in between takes. They can't actually like communicate to like a huge group of people. Yeah. But these Hugh comes from the world of Broadway and theater, and so he's not afraid of a giant crowd. So I think that's what kind of has changed the dynamic, and I think Marvel realizes this and Disney realizes this, and they're like, we're going to put you out there because you're in your element. Go forth and entertain the people. And
I mean, it's true. Yeah. I mean, Ryan Reynolds is definitely one of the most charismatic actors out there right now. He's very good with people. He's very good with the camera. And Hugh Jackman for sure. It's also a big deal that Hugh Jackman, and he announced his retirement essentially from acting, especially as Wolverine. Like he was done. He died in Logan. So he was like, okay, that's it. I'm done. And then it did take a lot of convincing, I guess, for him to come back for this movie. So it was a big deal to see Deadpool and Wolverine in the same film. And that's why, a lot of people love it. They did a really good job with it. The humor, the cameos, I think that was the biggest thing. But yeah, so congrats to Deadpool and Wolverine. And I will be seeing it for the second time very soon.
Now, some other little quick news to touch on. Our Run Disney fam, and we know a lot of you Run Disney people are listening. A lot of you listen to us on your runs, or maybe you're doing your walks and your warm-ups for the day. But the medals were revealed for the Run Disney Wine and Dine that's coming up, which Megan will be partaking in. Yay! And they're cute. They're pretty cute.
Yeah, they're really cute. We have the Swedish chef. That's for the Dapper Danielle specifically for the 5K. We have Tiana for the 10K. Ratatouille, my little Remy boy, is for the half marathon. And then we do have Chef Mickey for the challenge medal, which is really, really exciting. I was so excited about the Ratatouille medal. It's my favorite movie. Remy's my favorite. So looking forward to that for sure. But yes, The medals are very pretty for wine and dine.
And I'm really hoping that the Muppets show up in some form or way at the
How
race, like as
fun
a
would
character,
that be? Right?
or they're like talking at you. I would be so motivated to run if I had Kermit and Miss Piggy yelling at me. I would be able to probably continue. Without them, I would not. I would riot if I was in a race about the Swedish Chef and he was not there. Is all I'm saying. I hope he's there
to yell at me.
But I'm hoping he's not there so I don't have FOMO. Is what it is.
Oh my gosh. I vaguely remember like what I'm like picturing in my head Animal was at some sort of race. I think it was like the cast member 5K or something. I don't know if it was last year, the year before, but Animal was there. And he was like yelling at people when they were going by, like right at the start. I vaguely remember this. And like, y'all, if you did that race, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm having these like flashbacks to Animal being there somehow. So, but that's my favorite. I love seeing Animal just do his little yells and stuff. I think that's fun for races.
I love that.
He's so cute.
And then the other quick thing to mention is the Destiny ship was announced.
Yes, Disney Destiny.
And hopefully we will have more information. We haven't even had the treasure released yet. And already Disney's like, there's another boat. But I am confused on Minnie Mouse being a superhero character. As like the medallion.
Yeah. It was very interesting to see that. I guess we'll have to wait and see what the storyline is there. I'm not sure.
Right. Exactly.
But
so more info to
superhero
come. But we do have a game. Our game master Chris is here for us, and I believe he has a new one.
Ooh, okay, let's go.
Hello, let's play a game.
Yay! Hi, Chris.
I feel like that the music was very fitting for today's game. In addition to Inside Out 2 and Deadpool being huge right now, the Olympics are going on.
Yes, the Olympics.
Yeah. The Olympics. And so I figured we'd play a game called Olympics, but make it Disney.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I think we're just going to talk through this one. I would love for you both just to kind of assemble your own Olympics gymnastics teams using only Disney and Pixar characters. So we can just talk through it together and just, who would you have on your team?
Okay.
Specifically gymnastics.
Yeah, we'll do gymnastics. Yeah, I mean, if there's someone that you think would specifically be really good at another event, feel free to shout them out.
Elastigirl / Mrs. Incredible / Helen Parr is going to be on mine.
Okay,
very good. Pretty good. I want a Boo. Because all I can think of is the Aladdin scene where he's literally like just tumbling around and like grabbing Aladdin and like moving him. That's all I can think of is like he would be great on bars is what I'm saying.
100%. I feel like Mulan would be really good. She's very strong. I think she can do some like cool flips and stuff. She climbed that dang pole on her own with weights. So I'm going to go with Mulan as well.
Mulan would be good. Okay, if you take a princess, I would say Rapunzel would be mine. That girl's upper arm strength and core muscle is intense with that hair. Okay.
So will her hair get in the way though? Or are we doing short hair Rapunzel? I think we should
by this Rapunzel. Point, she would probably do short hair because it would get in the way of we're gonna put her on I think she's gonna do the rings is what I could see her doing.
Like a man? Isn't that just for men?
Isn't it just for men?
I think it's just for men.
I don't think I've ever seen a woman do those.
Put her on bars. Put her on bars or vault. Yeah.
I don't know. I think if I was going to do who would I have specifically for vault?
Someone who can do all the flips. Yeah, I feel like Mulan would be good on vault.
I think Mulan would be fun for like rhythmic gymnastics
or beam.
with like the ribbons and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
That'd be cool.
Kevin, I can hear you. I understand that you like Rapunzel. Okay, it's fine.
Kevin wants to choose
Kevin's choosing. I'm telling you what.
I want to put Stitch somewhere because he's got multiple arms. You can like sneak in those 4 arms that he has. I know he can do flips.
What's the one that it's the bar? The pommel horse. The pommel horse. Yes, I could see him
right?
whip it around on that thing.
I feel like that'd be to his advantage, unless he was only limited to his 2 arms and the 4 arms was cheating. But
I don't think so.
I think you could use all your powers if you were in gymnastics. It's free reign,
Right. In the Disney gymnastics world.
Disney
I feel
character
like it would be
gymnastics.
fair.
Yeah.
Who would I want as another character?
Alicia in the chat mentioned Aladdin.
Aladdin's a great one.
If I already have a Boo, I feel like him and Aladdin would be great. Brianna said that she wants Miss Piggy on the floor show.
Yeah.
Oh, stunning. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes. I don't
She'd
know.
have the
I
great
think
outfits.
I think she'd be a little too much of a drama queen though, of that if she messes up or she like is off time, she would not continue it. She would just be like, and we're done, and just walk off.
Yep. I want someone for Balance Beam.
Oh, who would that be?
I know. I'm trying to think of someone who someone do a tightrope. Kronk is coming to my mind, but I'm like, I don't know if I want Kronk on.
The man's light on his feet. He probably honestly could.
I think so. He never fell. So, maybe it's Kronk. Yeah, I'll go with Kronk too. So right now I have Elastigirl, Mulan, Stitch, and Kronk. That's a very wide variety of characters.
That is a very wide variety of characters. I would say so. Abu, Aladdin, Rapunzel.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I feel like I should pick a Muppet. I feel like it's only fair that I pick a Muppet. And weirdly enough, I think Beaker would be great on Bar.
Beaker. Yes.
And just like, like I think just he lifts off. He's done. He's going.
With his little frown.
Yeah, he'd be so cute. But he'd be very.
I love
good.
Beaker.
I mean, out of all the Muppets, he probably has the most dexterity. Is what I'm saying. So.
I'd agree with that. That's hilarious. Picturing Beaker on bars. Okay, actually, and Alicia said Mary Poppins. That's a good one. That is a good one for Beam. Thomas O'Malley for Beam. Yeah, I haven't watched the Aristocats in a very long time, but I trust
he literally
the
walks
cats.
on those little railings, just this little feet back and forth in front of each other. He would be on top of that.
That's a good one. That is a good one.
And Tigger would be appropriate for vault. Like,
oh yeah, the bouncing.
He's got the spring, literally.
He's got the height. Yeah. Or the floor routine. Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Dang, you guys have really good suggestions.
They do have really good suggestions. It's still too early. I haven't finished drinking my caffeine yet. That's why I can't think of any.
I know. I'm thinking like Star Wars characters now for the floor because they've Yoda can do flips, man. He can get some height.
Okay, you get Yoda and just imagine Kylo Ren in like a black leotard and set to some 90s. He wouldn't do anything modern. It would probably be 90s punk rock, audio as his
Aggressive
floor music,
audio, yeah,
or some type of rave music, and just being super serious going into it and then landing it perfectly. Oh, yeah,
that'd be hilarious. Yeah, I can see that, and it's pretty funny in my head. Oh man, who else? I'm trying to think. Pixar. Buzz Lightyear, maybe for the flips too. He did that little car thing with the toy car, very
right.
very very gymnast like.
Yeah.
Could be good for the vault or maybe the floor. How many do we need, Chris? Do we need 5 or 6?
Yeah, 5 or 6. I think you've already got quite a few.
I think I've
some really good choices.
I think
too.
we both have a full team right there, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, so to recap our teams that we came up with.
Okay.
So then I think this will also be a good description in the chat. So on Spotify, usually you can rank which one you like better. And instead, it's going to be which team do you think would win against the other. So Megan, who did you pick again?
Okay, so I did Elastigirl, Stitch, Mulan, Kronk, my latest choice, Yoda, and Buzz Lightyear.
Okay. And then mine was Abu, Aladdin, Rapunzel, Beaker, Kylo Ren. And I'll take Tigger for Vault.
Tigger for Vault. It's a good one.
Goodness gracious.
Just go ahead and give me gold now. And it's going to be really what seals it is that Beaker is the next Simone Biles. Is what it is.
So. Yeah, for sure.
It's the presentation and the sound effects of the meep, meep, meep. That's really what it is.
Presentation. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Presentation. All right. Well, thank you so much, Chris, for that topic of conversation. Now, let's get back to the topic at hand, which I mentioned this at the end of the bonus episode of I am afraid I am going to make some MCU hardcore fans a little upset with this one because my answers are not going to be correct.
That's the thing. There's no such thing as correct when it comes to these countdowns. It's all about personal opinion.
Have you met the Marvel fans?
The movies. I have. I've met a lot of the fandoms. The Pixar fandoms, the Star Wars and the Marvel, they're very, very heated for sure. So, apologies in advance to everyone who disagrees with our picks, but this is just how we feel about the MCU movies. And I feel like we're going to have some really fun lists and have a lot of good explanations as well as to why we chose these. So
yes, mine will be,
I'm looking forward to
Thor's
it.
hair looked the best in this one. And that's why this one got above this one.
And that's fine. That's totally fine. Like if the costumes were the best, then that's why they're where they are in the countdown. So looking forward to it. Danielle, I mean, would you like to kick us off with your number 10?
I think so. And I think number 10 for me is actually going to be Ant-Man.
Yes.
I liked Ant-Man. I think there's a couple of the movies, and I think you're going to see it in a lot of the ones that I pick, is I just like the classic superhero movie. And if I don't have to like overthink, or I don't have to make sure that I watch so many of the movies to tie them together, Ant-Man, when it came out, it was right in between everything. When did Ant-Man come out? It actually came out in 2015.
15. Okay. Yeah.
2015. And it was like right there in between everything. So Iron Man 3 had already come out. The first, the second Thor movie, and it was just adding in another character, and you didn't have to watch everything to be able to understand who this guy was. And I really liked that because of it.
Very true. And I love that choice. I love Ant-Man as well. It's Paul Rudd. How could you not love Paul Rudd? And yes, it is very straightforward in terms of the backstory around this character, around him becoming Ant-Man. Fairly straightforward, along with the great humor of Paul Rudd. And I think it's great. I enjoyed it as well. So love that choice to start us off.
And the sidekick characters, I think, are hilarious.
Oh, fantastic.
Who's the guy that I call it his sidekick, the one that's like, his friend. I went to this guy. Huh?
His friend, like his
his friend, and how he just goes on these tangents. I feel like him every once in a while.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It's Luis, Michael Peña's character.
Yes.
Oh yeah, he's hilarious. Like
he is hilarious.
He's probably funnier than Paul Rudd is in Ant-Man, to be honest. But yes. He provides a fantastic comedic relief for both films, Ant-Man and Ant-Man and the Wasp. Okay, Danielle, love that. So it's a very lighthearted start to this countdown here.
Why are you going to just make it really dark here all of a sudden?
No, but I am going to make it very relevant because my number 10 is Deadpool and Wolverine.
Very nice.
It snuck into my top 10 spot because, it's I couldn't put any other Deadpools in. I do like Deadpool as a character. I think he's hilarious. Yes, it is very R-rated, but and it's for the adults for sure. But I thought that this film tied in what we love about Deadpool into the MCU I have been a Wolverine fan for a very long time. I love Hugh Jackman as well. And seeing this Wolverine, who's obviously not from the first universe he was in, a different universe, was really cool. And the jokes, the cameos, storyline, it wasn't perfect, which is why it's at number 10. It's not higher, but still a fantastic, fun, entertaining movie. The acting was great. I thought the villain was awesome too. I love her. So yeah, it was just a fun time, and I will be seeing it again, like I said before. So that's Deadpool and Wolverine at number 10 for me.
Okay. Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah.
Moving on to number 9. My number 9 is going to be Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one.
Ooh, great choice.
I was like looking at this list and I'm like, you know what? I actually haven't seen what more Guardians movie is that I haven't seen yet. I think it's the third one.
Did you not see the latest one? Yeah, the one that came out last year.
Yeah, I did not see the latest one. And I think it's because I like the first one. I like how everything ended in the first one. The second one was a little too weird with his dad. And
it got weird. I agree. Yeah.
It got weird. And
strange.
I think that's what made me be like, love you, but no, I'm just going to stick within the universe of the first movie.
First movie's great. Yeah. I think a lot of people would agree with you on that, for sure.
Right.
In terms of in order of the best Guardians films. Yeah.
Yes. And I love the characters, how they are. I liked how the movie wrapped up. Rocket was great in that movie. All the characters were great in that movie. So yes.
Nice. Great choice. Great choice. Guardians is in a fabulous, what now is a trilogy. But the franchise is like really, really awesome. And the soundtrack, I mean, how can you go wrong? Right.
Right. And that's also why I made it a little higher on my list, was the soundtrack alone.
Yes. And I love how I think they go from 70s to 80s to 90s. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, through the volumes.
Yes. Because he ends up getting a Zune there at
he gets a Zune.
Last one.
Yes.
And okay, I am amused that, because I was the kid that had the Zune. Instead,
I got a Zune for my graduation gift. Yeah.
Right.
I had a Zune.
And I was so angry when I lost all that music, when Zunes went out of fashion, and I paid for all that music and I couldn't access it.
It was short lived for Zune. We appreciated it, but it was short lived. That's for sure.
Some of you youngins that have no idea what we're talking about, go Google it. Go Google Zune.
It's Bill Gates' iPod, by the way. That's exactly what a Zune was. Yeah.
We put our money into that thinking, oh, Apple's not going to succeed. No, we were wrong.
Yeah. Psych. That's too funny. Well, going off of that, Danielle, my number 9 is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay. Yes.
I feel like I'm going like recent to most non-recent here, but Guardians 3 was, to me, like just a stunning like film. I liked it better than 2. I thought it was a better continuation of the story of Rocket's backstory. A movie that can make me like physically sick to my stomach based on how emotional it is and how sad it is. I don't know why that makes me. It's like the adrenaline thing.
See,
for me,
I don't
Danielle.
like
it's
that.
Like I know. If it causes an emotional response in me that not a lot of other movies do, I like it more, and it definitely did, and it hits home so hard with Rocket's backstory. And if spoilers if y'all haven't seen it yet, I'm sorry, but like almost losing Rocket was like, whew, it's still like it gives me chills, brings tears to my eyes. Like I well up a little bit, and every time I see it or I watch it, it still makes me emotional just because of how well done it was. And I think Chris Pratt in that was also really good. Like his acting was really good. The action was awesome. The jokes were great too. So for me, it was a really, really good Guardians movie, and that's why it is at number 9.
See, and I think that's why I didn't watch it, because I do like Rocket, and I didn't want, like, I'm like, no, I'm happy with his character personality in the first one. I don't want to know his tragic backstory, even though I love him so much. Like, I didn't want to feel feelings.
Yeah, it goes, it hits pretty hard with, and not just Rocket, but like the animals in general. Like it's, oh man. Right. And I am like, I have this like connection to animals. I'm sure a lot of people do, but I feel for animals a lot. And so it cuts pretty deep with all that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but
I can't do it.
I understand. And I understand. I think that's just why it's like, I like it so much. It just hits home, you know? So, yeah. But, all right. What's your number 8?
Moving on to number 8. Okay, number 8. And I know some people might be angry at this one. It is the first Iron Man movie.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
And I think it's because, I mean, if I was going to choose a Marvel movie to rewatch, I don't know if it would be Iron Man off the bat, but I wouldn't be upset about it. Like, I liked the first Iron Man. I loved, this is really the character that really, like, I mean, it is the first MCU movie. Yes, it is.
It's the one that started it all.
2008. And it's Robert Downey Jr., Playboy, mastermind, and just being fabulous. And I love that. I think he really set the stage for everything. So you had to mention him in your top 10.
100%.
Or else that I know I would hear from the MCU fans about, and they'd be coming for me in the middle of the night if I did not mention it. So I know it's sitting at number 8, but it's at least in the top 10.
You put it in the list, and that's a good thing. Yes, it is, for sure. The one that started it all. Such a good movie. Yeah. I also love Iron Man. That's one I feel like I could watch over and over again, for sure. All right. So my number 8 is going to be Black Panther. And oh man, talk about a movie you can watch over and over again. This to me, like, is such a well done film. Oh my gosh. And Chadwick Boseman, R.I.P. I cried the day he passed. I was really like broken up about it because I loved him as an actor. He seemed like such an awesome person. And he did, oh my God, he is Black Panther to me. Like, he did such a good job as Black Panther. And of course, Michael B. Jordan as the villain was amazing. Angela Bassett, is that her name? Yeah. As the queen. Oh gosh, it's so good. It makes me so like fired up too, that movie. Since seeing it in theaters for the first time was really like my jaw dropped. It's just a very, very well done film. And of course, seeing Chadwick as Black Panther in Avengers was really, really cool. Obviously, Wakanda Forever was also a good film. It did not make my top 10, but it's just all, I don't know. There's not much you can say about it. It's just flipping awesome. Like, the action, the emotions, and the storyline is fantastic. So there's Black Panther at number 8.
Ray Tui in the chat is saying, Megan, you're making me tear up just thinking about it.
I'm sorry. I know. I got so emotional. I was like, the shock and just like sadness of Chadwick passing was a lot.
It was.
Because no one knew, you know, he didn't say anything.
And Marvel's done a very good job of honoring his character, though. I think they've done a very good job with that.
Yeah, same.
Oh, goodness. Well, moving on to, we're on number 7, correct?
We are on 7, yes. Number
7, I put Captain Marvel.
Ooh, okay. Okay, this is a hot take.
I think I really liked the storyline. I liked the fact that it was character building for this female superhero character and that she was part of the Air Force. And I really liked that storylining. Yeah. I liked seeing Nick Fury in the old days before he lost the eye
patch. Yep.
And I think I liked hearing about Nick Fury's background, and I liked seeing all of that. I think is why that one made it higher up on my list, was because I like the background characters.
I think that the 90s tie-in is also
that too.
Yeah, for us millennials, it's like, oh, there's a blockbuster like in the movie, you know.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because they open up with the aliens falling through Blockbuster, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I think that was probably the one where I was just like, you kids don't know what that is, but that's funny.
I honestly, I liked this movie when I first saw it. I really enjoyed it. I didn't understand all the hate behind it, or like, you know, Brie Larson getting flack. I'm like, I think she did a great job.
She did good.
Yeah, I'm also a big Jude Law fan, so I was like, Jude Law was pretty fun as the villain. So I enjoyed it too. I don't think it should be as low as it is on some people's lists. So I love that you put it in your top 10, but unfortunately, it didn't make mine. It's I like other movies above it. But
That's
I'm glad
okay.
that you mentioned it. It's still a
Captain
fun time.
Marvel.
Thank you for doing so. And I like Brie Larson a lot. So, did you see the Marvels? The
I have actually not. I saw a little bit of it, but when it came out, something was going on where I was not able to get to theaters. And if I don't see it in theaters for most Marvel movies, I don't get around to seeing it on like Disney Plus or anything.
Okay. I think it was one where it was during the strike. I don't know if it was during or immediately following the strike where it was like a weird time.
Actually, okay. Here, I can pull that up right now because I have an additional list to make sure I have my timelines of when they release correct.
I believe it was November. It was around Wish is when it was released.
November of 2023. Yeah.
So yeah, it's around the time the strike was ending or before after it ended. So yeah. Mm-hmm. It was one of those weird times.
It was.
But I heard it was okay. Like it wasn't bad. So I need to watch it. It's on Disney Plus.
The K-pop fans, like, because one of the Prince characters that she's technically married to
is a K-pop star. Mm-hmm.
Is a K-pop star, and that's really what saved the movie in the release. Is that they couldn't talk about it, but the K-pop fam, they knew about it and they showed up. They showed up for their Prince.
Yep. I do need to watch that, man. That's a goal of mine this summer is to watch the Marvels. Okay, well, yay. Moving on to my number 7 is it's gonna be Iron Man.
There you go. Yes.
I of course I had to put Iron Man in the top 10 as for the same reasons Danielle did. The one that started it all, and it is a really good movie. Robert Downey Jr. He is Iron Man. He does such a good job as Tony Stark. And just a really well done film about his backstory and the reason he came to be. A lot of personal and moral, conflicts that come up in terms of what Tony Stark does and him becoming a superhero, and yeah, just a great film. And it's the one that started it. Again, it didn't make my top 5 just because I do like the subsequent films that came after it a little more, but he's the OG, man. So you gotta put him in the top 10.
Okay. Not bad.
All right, we're down to number 6 already.
We are down to our number 6. But thank you all again for listening this far into the episode. We appreciate you so much. Make sure you're following along on all the socials, our personal socials, and look into the Patreon. More crazy things coming up if you want those bonus episodes for later on this month, because me and Megan, again, we're going to be getting into it. So we don't exactly know what it's going to be yet, but it's going to be a lot.
It is. Yes, it is. For sure.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And so number 6.
Yep.
I'm afraid that once I say these, I'm going to look at my list again for the next episode. And I'm going to be like, I kind of want to move these around.
But and you can. Nobody knows.
Well,
nobody's going to know.
I know your feelings about this one, Megan.
Oh boy. Here we go.
Number 6 for me is Thor in the Dark World. I know.
Wait,
so many people don't like this movie.
Danielle. Okay, sorry. I'm going to shut up. Sorry.
I don't know what it was about this one, but I think it's because I didn't have to overthink it. And it took place so much in the, in Thor's world. And I think really what won it for me is I loved Loki in this movie.
Loki is a great character.
Yeah. Yes. He didn't have the helmet on half of the movie, and it didn't cover up his fabulous, luscious locks. And I don't know. I just really liked this one. I thought for some reason I really did. I can't explain why. I think out of all the Marvel movies, when that one came out was the one that I happened to see with multiple people at that time. And I grew, even though it's probably one of the most least liked, I weirdly liked it. And that's why it's sitting at number 6.
That is, oh man. I'm so happy that you are giving it love. You might be one of 5 people that will give that movie love ever. So yeah, Thor, one of my favorite Avengers, by the way. Unfortunately, he's been cursed with not great movies, except for, we all know which one's the best. But yeah, what a take, Danielle. You know that this is the bottom ranked MCU movie.
I know it is.
Okay,
and that's where I'm like, Tamika in the chat also said I liked it too. Yeah,
very, again, as Danielle was saying, Loki was very good. It was entertaining. It was entertaining. And Loki, we love Hiddleston. Okay. He's great as Loki. And we got a lot of him in this film, right?
We did.
So yeah, I completely understand. I will say this is for sure bottom of my list as well for personal reasons, on top of the fact that it's just, it's the storyline is all mashed up. But I had a terrible experience watching this movie in theaters. So that is
so you're like, this one already is...
It's number whatever however many movies they made, it's the last one. It's number 40, whatever it is.
I'm so sorry, babe.
Sorry.
So for our Thor Dark World people, I'm here for you.
Curveball to the max. Thank you for keeping us on our toes, Danielle. I really appreciate that.
See, I told you some people were gonna be angry at me, and that's why it's like number 6 right there. It's not, I didn't do it on purpose, y'all. It's just, that's just where it fell.
That's totally fine. Totally fine. Okay. Whew. Well, I feel like mine's gonna be boring coming from that. My number 6 is going to be Spider-Man No Way Home. Let me tell you, when Tobey Maguire showed up on that screen, I screamed. I was like, well, first of all, Andrew Garfield. I think Andrew was the first one, sorry, that showed up. And then I was like, oh, Tobey's going to show up now. Man, this is such a fun film. The reason it didn't make top 5 is because the storyline was like okay for me. It wasn't like the best that the MCU's ever had. But the fact that you had all 3 Spider-Men fighting together, and with Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man saving saving MJ, the way that he showed up with Gwen Stacy was really emotional. And then Tobey and the Green Goblin. God, Willem Dafoe is like, whew, that man can act like no other. He's such a good Goblin. And all the villains from each universe too was so fun. Just a fun, like, wild ride, and I loved it. Spider-Man is I had to put a Spider-Man movie in because he is the first superhero I ever followed in the comics and was my first superhero ever. That's why I'm a Marvel girl, not necessarily a DC girl. Right. Yeah, this one was just a really good time. One that I could watch over and over again, and I definitely have. So yeah, Spider-Man No Way Home is rounding out my 6 through 10, and very excited to get into our 1 through 5 next week.
And I know, Megan, our listeners are going to be like, okay, Megan saved us with that number 6 now. We can end the episode on a positive note. We'll be fine.
Some people, might not put in their top 10. I don't know. But I think we are going to get into some pretty good choices next week. Danielle, since you put Dark World at your number 6, I'm a little nervous about your 1 through 5. So we'll see how this next week goes.
We'll see. I hope y'all aren't angry with my list, but it might be okay. It'll be fine.
It's honestly, you're keeping us on our toes, girl. I love it. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed both of our lists. If you didn't, or if you agree with any of our picks, of course, go ahead and send us a message, leave a review. We do appreciate it. But yeah, we will see you next week for our MCU 1 through 5. But until then, y'all, have a very magical day.
And night, sleep tight, dream of churros tonight. Oh goodness, it's a good thing you saved
You
us on
are
that last
hilarious.
One,
Oh my god, I literally about jumped out of my chair just now.
She yeet through the back porch out to that kid that was crying in the back.
Oh man, I had to look up a list, and it was the one that I picked had Dark World at the bottom, and then Eternals was somewhere very, very close to the bottom, as they listed it as unwatchable.
That's so sad.
To have your name at the end of our new episodes and to receive a bunch of magical perks, please check out our Patreon via the link in the episode notes.
Or visit patreon.com/Disney Countdown Show. We'll see you there.